A new study has found that more than half of metropolitan regions in the U.S. were undersupplied with homes in 2019.
This has led to home prices surging and consequentially exacerbating both racial and income inequality. An analysis from housing policy group Up for Growth determined the U.S. was short approximately 3.8 million homes to meet its housing needs 3 years ago. This is more than double the number from 2012. The housing shortage has also spread to dozens of other cities since then.
CBS News MoneyWatch reporter Aimee Picchi joins us now. She wrote an article about the housing shortage crisis that published on CBSNews.com earlier today. Aimee, thank you for joining us. What is causing this housing shortage crisis? And where are some of the cities that it spread to between 2012 and 2019? It sounds like some of them are not exactly where we would expect them to be.
Yeah. Well, there are several factors that are contributing to the shortage. I mean, number one, you've got zoning restrictions in a lot of cities. These are sometimes done through NIMBYism, which is not in my backyard. People who own their homes don't want to see apartment buildings or more development going on where they live. So they put in zoning restrictions that make it harder to build. But secondly, there's also just been a lack of building since the Great Recession. After we had the housing boom in 2006, it became much harder. There's a huge drop in real estate prices, and people just stopped building the way they had before that. And that's kind of continued through today. And so, those two things together are creating this housing shortage. What's really fascinating is we usually think of housing shortages as impacting big coastal cities like Los Angeles and New York and San Francisco, but it's really spread throughout the U.S. where the 83 towns went from having enough housing in 2012 to a shortage now, or 2019. And top among them was Merced, California. And Merced is an agricultural town. It's the smallest town. It's known as a place where you can visit as you go on to Yosemite, but it's not a big city with a tech hub. So it's interesting to watch that change. It went from enough housing to having a bigger housing shortage on a share basis than Los Angeles. And as a result, that's causing homes in these towns to surge in price. From 2012 to 2019, home prices in Merced doubled. By comparison, the average home price in the U.S. rose 40% over the same time. So you can see what happens when there's a lack of homes to buy. Those prices get pushed up, and it makes it harder for people to get into the market.
It's really eye-opening to hear that. And it's worth noting that the report covers a period of time that actually preceded the emergence of COVID-19. So how might the pandemic have exacerbated this problem?
Yeah, I talked with Up for Growth about that, and they said they're looking at that now. They don't have the data yet, but they don't believe that it helped at all. And we all know what happened with real estate during the pandemic. People moved, there was work from home, and people shifted from big cities into smaller cities where things were less expensive, but also there wasn't as much building. There were already shortages going on, and there was incredible competition for homes, and we still have a lack of building going on. There's actually a Senate hearing this week about this issue because it's becoming an economic problem as well, that some towns are having problems, recruiting people. Businesses can't recruit people because they don't have enough homes, or at least affordable housing for people to move into. So it's likely that it probably got worse in the past 2 years, but we don't have the data yet. So, stay tuned, but I think it's probably not going to get any better.
As someone who does not own a home, I'm constantly being told that the way to build wealth and secure generational wealth is to own your home, to own that and build out from there. But in a market that's tough like this, does that exacerbate those problems for low-income and non-white buyers who are trying to get these homes? And what does that do for their future aspirations, for their future wealth?
Yeah, that's a great question, because, it's interesting when you look at the Black homeownership rate now compared to a decade ago. It's actually lower now than it was 10 years ago. And the Black homeownership rate is just over 40%. By comparison, the homeownership rate for white Americans is over 70%. That's a huge difference. And it becomes more of a problem because if you don't own a home, in a market where prices are increasing at the rate they have been, it becomes harder to get into the market. And it really benefits people who already own their homes. They can trade up, they can move because they built equity, they have a down payment. The same goes for first-time home buyers. If you don't have that equity, it just becomes harder and harder to get into the market when home prices are rising the way we've seen them. So it is an issue for wealth inequality, for low-income Americans, for people of color, and young Americans too.
It really is, as you say in your piece, a housing shortage crisis that we are seeing unfold. Aimee Picchi, Aimee, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.